There is a narrow strip of water just 21 miles wide at its tightest point that sits between Iran and Oman. Every single day, roughly 20% of the world's oil passes through it. It is called the Strait of Hormuz, and right now, it is the most dangerous stretch of water on the planet. To understand what's happening today, we have to go back to February 28, 2026. That's when the United States and Israel launched coordinated airstrikes on Iran in an operation called Epic Fury, targeting military facilities, nuclear sites, and Iranian leadership. Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, was killed in the strikes. Iran's response was immediate. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, declared the Strait of Hormuz closed. No ships allowed in, no ships allowed out. In the weeks that followed, Iran attacked at least 21 merchant vessels and reportedly laid sea mines across the strait, some of which Iran itself lost track of. Overnight, one of the world's most critical energy corridors went dark. For weeks, the US pushed for a diplomatic solution. A 2-week ceasefire was agreed. Peace talks were arranged in Islamabad, Pakistan, a rare face-to-face meeting between American and Iranian negotiators. Vice President J.D. Vance led the US delegation and spent over 21 hours in the room. But on April 12th, those talks collapsed. Iran's demands, including permanent control of the Strait of Hormuz, war reparations, frozen assets released, and the right to continue its nuclear program, were too far apart from the American position. Within hours, President Trump announced a US naval blockade. And at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Monday, April 13th, it went into effect. The US military clarified the scope. The blockade targets ships going to and from Iranian ports and coastal areas. Ships traveling between non-Iranian ports will not be stopped. But the US Navy has also been ordered to intercept any vessel that has paid what Trump called an illegal toll to Iran for passage through the strait, calling it, in his own words, world extortion. The consequences are already being felt worldwide. Oil prices, which sat around $70 a barrel before the war began, have surged to over $100 a barrel, a nearly 40% increase. Brent crude is hovering near $102, US crude hit $104. The UK and France are now organizing a multinational conference of over 40 nations to pursue a peaceful mission to restore freedom of navigation through the strait. Britain's Prime Minister Keir Starmer confirmed the UK will not join the US blockade directly, but will focus on minesweeping operations and diplomatic pressure. China, one of Iran's biggest oil customers, has warned that blocking the strait is not in the common interest of the international community. And Iran's defense ministry has called the US action outright piracy, warning it will respond to any military vessel approaching the strait. Here is what this all comes down to. 20% of the world's oil, a waterway 21 miles wide, a ceasefire that is now in serious doubt, and 2 nuclear-armed superpowers plus their allies, all with ships in the same body of water. The US says it is fighting extortion, Iran says it is defending sovereignty. The rest of the world is watching oil prices, stocking up on fear, and hoping the next 24 hours don't produce a miscalculation that nobody can walk back. This story is moving fast. Stay informed.